I have a thing for stripes and polka dots. Yeah. So yeah,
it's beautiful.
Thank you so much. And you look beautiful yourself.
Thank you. All right. So myself and a viewer out there would want to or would love you to share your early life from your education, your schooling, marriage. Just tell us about yourself.
Okay. Okay, like you rightly said, my name is Christy King. I like to call myself a minstrel of Yahweh, worshiper for life. I'm married, like she said, a mother of 4 kids by the grace of God. I'm a music minister, recording artist, songwriter. I'm a fashion designer. An actor.
The profile is long.
And I'm a relationship coach as well.
Wow!
By the grace of God, and also a teacher of the word as a pastor's wife.
Really?
So yes. So
you have a lot.
Yeah. By the grace of God, all by the grace of God. Childhood memories. What can I remember? Okay. I started singing at the age of 8, 9, thereabouts. I remember my dad was in transfer to this particular city, and we went to visit my mom, and it was our first day in this particular church, in Pentecostal church. And then somewhere out of the blues, I walked up to, when we got to church, I walked up to the pastor's office, and I knocked on the door, and then he asked him to come in, and when I came, he was wondering, who's this child? Like, so bold, you know. And then I got into the office. I'm like, sir, my name is, you know, and then I have a special number I want to sing. Who is your mom? Who is your dad? I mentioned the names, and he knows my dad because my dad had been attending the church. I'm like, okay, what song do you want to sing? I told him, this, I just want to be where you are. That was my favorite song then, you know, those days, those years. And then he said, okay, when it's time, I'll call you to sing. I said, okay, sir, thank you, sir. And then I went back into, I didn't tell my parents, I didn't tell anyone. And then when he came to the platform, and then he came, it was time for special numbers and, you know, testimonies. And then he said, we have
that in the churches today.
Yeah, they do. Some churches in these Orthodox settings, they still do that. You know, but for the Pentecostals, when they have special meetings and, you know, they do
so
that.
For any other child that would be looking for that kind of platform that you had, might not have it because the churches are no longer doing that.
Yeah. So, and then he said, okay, we have a very special minister in our midst today, and then she's going to be blessing us. And he said, we'll call on, she mentioned my name. My parents looked at themselves, looked at me, like, what was good? Before they could even say it, I was already there. Yes, I went there, collected the mic, and then I started singing. You know, then when we were in school, I was involved in a lot of art stuff, dancing to singing, you know, and all that. So they would always tell us that if you don't want to be shy, don't look at anybody's eyes, look above their heads. You know, so I had that because I was in primary school then. And so I got there and I closed my eyes and I began to sing. I started singing and everybody was going, whoa. Some people started shedding tears. And then when I opened my eyes, I was overwhelmed by, you know, everything that was happening, and then I started crying. And then they started clapping their hands and all that. And I went back to my seat. I was scared. I didn't know what my parents would do and all that. And then, oh my God, they were so excited and proud of me. You know, yes. So they kept wondering, how did you do it? When did you go to the office? Like, what? I started explaining, and you know, that day, I think I overcame what is called stage fright. I could sing in front of thousands. All I needed to do is get a hold of the mic, and then boom.
That's the highlight.
Yeah, so that's the most interesting thing when it comes to my ministry now, that I can't remember my childhood. And then I schooled in Benue, of course. Primary school in Benue, secondary was in Taraba. And then I wanted to go to UJ, University of Jos, but at the time they weren't admitting students because they had like one whole session that was still at home. And then my mom says, no, you won't sit in my house. Come and go to BSU. And that was how I attended, Benue State University. I believe that, our destiny is something that, you can't run away from. And then from university, I went to serve in Ondo State, met my husband.
Really?
And
so you went along with this covers?
Yes! I went to serve my husband.
You are still serving till date. Interesting.
So I met my husband. It wasn't even long. Like, when I got into the state capital for my PPE, I was walking into the church. I'm a church girl. I've always been a church girl. And then, of course, the first place I went to was the church, because the senior pastor of my branch here had spoken to the senior pastor there, and then he told him, say, my daughter is coming, and, prepare to take care of her. No. So I was walking into the church, and then my husband was driving out, and he was like, oh, who's this beautiful couple? He said,
this is the part I like.
He said, who's this fine couple? It's like she's new.
They enter my eye.
And then one thing led to another. He started asking questions about me, and then they told him that I just came and all that. And then he told me later, I said, somebody told him that he should make a move fast, child.
Oh, the guy is a smart guy.
And as God will have it, exactly 7 months.
Really?
Yes, because I think 1 month after we said dating, and then 6 months after we're married. So I came back from I left NYC with 2 certificates. Yeah.
Wow. You are blessed. No.
Yes.
I'm convinced that you are blessed. Wow.
So So I joined my husband in the ministry, and then that's how the music ministry was bettered. Even though I've always known that I'm a singer in school, way back in school, I led a lot of music groups. So the singing thing it's my passion, it's my life. And then shortly into the ministry with my husband now, I got my mandate for my music ministry, and then I've been running by the grace of God with it, and we're here.
Wow, and that is what we're celebrating today.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a gospel artist, what will you say motivated you, or what is your greatest motivation?
My greatest motivation is impact.
Wow.
Yes. Yes, I believe that every Christian is created with potentials.
Good.
To be a blessing.
Right.
To themselves, and to be a blessing to the society, and to be a blessing to the kingdom.
Yeah.
And I believe that we are all engraced in diverse dimensions, and that grace upon your life is not to be lie dormant in you, is to be expressed and to be a blessing, like I said. So a life of impact by the help of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the person of the Trinity who knows the plan of God for our lives. And Jesus speaking, he said, when he was leaving, he said, I'll send the Comforter. He will teach you, he will guide you. So the Holy Spirit indwelling in you, who knows the plan of God for your life, helps you to execute the same. And so my motivation is the impact by the help of the Holy Spirit.
Great.
Yes.
I have goosebumps all over me.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I agree with you, because the Holy Spirit helps you, even sometimes when you're clueless. It helps you while praying. Sometimes you don't even know what to pray, but the Holy Spirit helps you to pray the will of the Father in your life.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So, who and what inspired you to go into music?
Okay.
Gospel music.
Gospel music, of course. Gospel.
You've been singing gospel.
Okay, my first motivation was, I came in contact with an album titled Throne Room by the famous gospel legend C.C. Winans. And after I watched that CD, I think I watched the whole CD. It was playing then in my house. As young as as I was then, as a teenager. And then something about her just fired up in my spirit. And it's like a fire that was ignited, you know, and then as it keeps burning, you come in contact with different graces and, you know, different mentors. So I would say that was the beginning of my singing. When I say singing, or what pushed me, what motivated me, you know. And like, if I could, you know, like I hear a lot of ladies come and say, ah, Mama, I want to be like you. I also had that experience, like, you know, seeing someone and I'm wishing, I want to be like this person. I want to be like, if this woman can do it, I can do it. And then after that, I came in contact with Darling Check, and then of course Sinach, Mama Sinach, and then, you know, the likes of Victoria Renze, Tasha Cobbs, you know, and all that. So we're going, we keep growing, like I said, it's a continuum. It's a continuum, so we're evolving.
And every day you have different mentors,
yes.
You have different motivations.
Yes.
I just hope your motivation is still on it. Okay, so how is the typical day for you like?
Okay, typical weekday.
Yeah.
Get up in the morning, prep the kids for school, because that's when school is in session.
Yeah.
And then do my morning chores. Head to my fashion house if I don't have the studio session.
Wow.
Yes. So I go to the fashion house and then run some errands in town. And then, of course, sometimes I have a studio session. And like now, I'm in music school. I'm back to music school, so it has added it to my itinerary, you know, for my daily, you know, itinerary. And then before you know it, it's time to pick up the kids from school, you know, sort them out, homework, you know, and all that. Actually, it's a round the clock, you know, thing for mothers. Mothers out there can relate to this.
So how do you blend these roles and you still find time to rest?
I'd say the grace of God.
Can only be God.
And then planning also works for me.
Okay.
You know, when you're able to plan and, you know, put a scale of preference, it helps to a certain degree to be able to deliver on all fronts. But above all, the grace of God, because I really can't explain it. I get this question all the time. It's the grace of God, only by the grace of God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting thinking. Only by the grace of God. How do you find time to rest, my darling? It's difficult. Being a woman is difficult. So I don't know how you find time to rest, but please make sure you find at least an hour or two to rest after all the daily activities happening around you as a woman. You need to take proper care of yourself and your mental health.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back from that break. All right, so how do you relax? Like, what do you do for relaxation?
Okay, I soften it, try to get informed, even though that's some form of work. But as a recording artist, as a recording artist, as a music minister, you need to be informed. And of course, you need to, you know, project, you know, what you do. And then for relaxation, I'd say I'll just see a movie. I'll just watch a movie on YouTube or something. That's what I do. And then sometimes I just, mostly at night, when everybody, you know, has gone to bed, you know, you just take out some time before you do the actual sleeping. You just process, you meditate, and just relax and just drop everything.
True.
Sometimes I started doing that lately. I think about nothing. I worry about nothing. Just to get myself to that place of relaxation, like 0.000 relaxation point.
While growing up as a girl, I know you had so many dreams and aspirations. Okay, so will you say you have achieved them at this point in your life?
At this point, it has begun, and we're getting there. Little by little, Nigeria will say we are moving to the permanent side.
Yes.
You know, so by the grace of God, with the help of God, some of it, you know, I've been able to achieve. But like I said, you know, for every achievement, there's the bigger scale, there's a bigger picture, you know, so...
Is that pivot moment?
Yes, pivot moment, yes. So we are getting there by the grace of God. Wow. And we trust God that in this lifetime.
Alright, so any one of those unachieved dreams?
Okay, I won't say I've not been able to achieve because it's all in the pipeline.
Okay.
You know, it's like a chain reaction. This happens, then and this happens, gives birth to this, and like that. Good. So that's why I said it's a work in progress. Okay. So, you know, yeah, we're getting there. Because like I remember after I got married, I told my husband, I said I have a thing for acting. And I'm a natural when it comes to acting. When I started seeing your movies, I'm like, I have a connect to this lady, but I want to give it time. You know, everything has timing. Yes, I started off, you know, in the early 2015 when I got back into the country. I had some movie roles. I actually acted, you know, but it got to some point that
family,
I had to.
Besides
that, the ministry, the music ministry, was calling for so much. And so I began to have roles that I couldn't travel for and all that. So my husband just advised me to, clamp down on the acting for now. And then with time, you build more on the music. With time, you know, this will be a walkover.
I'm telling you, the music will give you fame.
That's what it is. If I give you that,
you dwell on and you get bigger.
Yeah, people will just want, yes, that's what he said. And he said you get to that point, you don't need to struggle for roles.
Big. You're going to
yes.
Big.
Like I know you're going to be bringing me on set.
Sure.
Very soon. You know, so that it's all in the pipeline.
Yes, okay. All right. So, any challenges in the course of life, like trying to achieve your dreams, trying to do your daily? Every human being go through own challenges. Yeah. So, just like businesses too go through challenges, and I know you do a lot of that. Yeah. You do business, you do. Yeah. Any challenges?
Basically, there's this saying that human beings are the greatest assets as well as the greatest liabilities. You know, by the grace of God, with what I do, you know, you work with people. And then sometimes, you know, you come in with so much energy. And then you find out that in your team you have some gaslighters and people that, you know, want to just puncture you here and there, throw you back. You know, you have setbacks. You can't run away from it. But my advice most times is don't be deterred, don't be discouraged. You just keep moving, keep grinding, because people come and people go. Yeah. So basically, these are the challenges we face about people in the team that, you know what, you're building with, and all of a sudden, you know, they fall by the wayside. It's really not. It gives you, like there was a time in my fashion house I employed a girl from Togo. I brought her in, paid her transport fare, her flights, yes. You know, accommodated her, she took my house. And all of a sudden she told me she wants to travel for an engagement, and
that was it.
That was it. You know, for personal reasons that I knew, I saw it coming. Okay. I saw it coming, and then she was she's a young lady, so you know those. You know, like those things, you know, they feel like, yes, you're not giving them that free hand, you know, they want to go and explore, you know, men are already calling on them, they want to get married, and, you know, so I saw those things coming, you know, so those are some of the setbacks. So, you know, getting someone all over again, it's really not easy because, you know, you've put in your mental, money, psychological, you know, emotions, and a lot of things, you know, come together to, you know, make this place work. So when someone, you know, withdraws or just, you know, gives up or just, you know, chickens out, it takes a lot from you. It takes a lot. You know, picking up again is really not fun, but by the grace of God, we keep moving.
By the grace of God.
By the grace of God.
We keep moving. We knew.
We knew.
Okay, so you know, I've followed you, I've watched you. I would say I'm a huge fan.
Oh my God!
So I've seen a lot of people who start this, but they don't go anywhere. Wow. They start, tomorrow you stop seeing them. Sometimes they leave gospel music and they go into secular music, and sometimes you don't even get updates. There's no day I wake up and I don't get updates from Christy King. It's either she's sending you her YouTube link for you to go stream her song and get blessed. So, what do you do? How have you been able to surmount all these challenges? What has kept you still flourishing, still in this space? What has made you to stand on? You are unbroken, or should I say unbreakable? What is it? What is that thing you have done differently?
Okay.
And please also share with us how you've been able to some of your challenges.
Just like you said, it's true that there are people who have left the scene. I came into the country meeting some people on the platform, and then now some of them have gone into businesses, some have been relocated and all that. But I understand, because I've been there, I'm still there. Lots of challenges in the gospel scene, even as a gospel music minister, as a recording artist. More so because you're not signed up with any recording company yet. So everything you do has to come from your pocket.
No sponsorship.
No partnership. No partnership. Except for the appreciations you get, from the administrations you go for and all that. And which we are grateful for at this level. So one of my mentors would say that music ministry happens both ways. There's a time when you give in to the music, and then there's a time when the music begins to give back to you.
I think it's
not just music. It's not just music. I think
you need to sell your brand for people to buy it.
Exactly.
And when it's sold and being bought, that's when the fame comes.
Exactly.
And you make more money. So what advice do you have for a woman out there, or a young lady who has not been able to find her comfort, not been able to find that place, what they love or what they are most comfortable in, that place where their passion. So what advice do you have for anyone who is not there yet, or anyone who wants or wishes to be like Christy?
Okay, most times when I have interviews, this is like the climax for me, where I have to say this. I believe that for every creation of God, who are embedded with potentials. I said that before. And it will not be fair to yourself if you do not discover purpose early in life. But no matter what stage you're in, it's not too late. Because you don't give up on a man or a woman who's still breathing.
No, you don't.
So discover purpose, and by the help of the Holy Spirit, the wisdom of God is released for you to know how to go about it. Be an asset. I keep saying this, especially to young girls. Be an asset. Don't sit and fold your hands. Don't be only about your looks. Because a time will come when, you know what, those things you're holding on to that are physical will not be there. Trust me. So it has to be something from the inside. Something you do, something that is attached to your name. The kind of figure you have, thousands of women have it.
Yes.
The kind of dresses you wear, thousands of women wear them. The kind of weaves you wear, the kind of makeup you put on, the kind of nails you wear, thousands of people wear these things. What is that unique thing about you?
Good.
What is that thing that will speak on long after you have left the surface of this earth?
Good.
That is what you should put your energy, that's what you should major on. And by the grace of God, He will help you accomplish, make you a better person, make you a solution and not a problem, not a concern, and make you the best woman on the surface of the earth.
Whoa, yes. Powerful! I hear a motivational speaker. Because at some point I felt I was like, I'm highly motivated.
On the side.
Okay.
On the side.
Powerful. So be that woman of impact. Don't be a problem but a solution giver.
Don't be a liability.
Don't be a liability. Those are Christy King's words. Okay, take it from me. That's your word for today. Okay, ponder on it and work on it. Okay, all right.
By the grace.
By the grace of God. That is the slogan. All right. So, what parting words do you have for Benue Television?
Benue TV. You know you're my family. I see you project a lot of my songs.
Yeah.
And my heart goes out for Benue TV. Benue is the land of my birth.
Yeah.
And I don't joke with Benue. I must say, keep pushing, keep moving. It's a new dawn. A new Nigeria is here. Make sure that you contribute your own quota